Chelsea have officially signed Jordan Henderson up until 2028. What a great move. Chelsea are also in the process of signing Danny Welbeck as well at the same time. I must say, shout out to Xabi Alonso for such a clutch move. And it's clear to me that Xabi Alonso is actually running the show and not the owners at the top. Not Todd, not Clear Lake Capital, is Xabi Alonso. This is what happens when you let a coach lead the team and you let a coach assess what does the team need? What does the team lack? What do we need to get to get better in this game of football? Xabi Alonso is clearly running things, and that is for Chelsea's benefit. Let's break it down. Over the past couple of years, Chelsea have had a clear youth policy. Get them as young as possible, 21, 22, 23, put them on long contracts. Yes, it kind of makes sense signing young players because they're hungry, they have more energy, willing to learn, etc., particularly if they're very talented young players. But the problem with that is that you miss out on experience. And in a lot of cases, it takes experience to win the big trophies, the Premier Leagues, the Champions League, the FA Cup, the FA Cups. It also takes experience to win the big games against Man United, against Liverpool, against Arsenal. You can't solely have a youth policy without some experience on there. If we look at the past few winners of the Premier League, notice how Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal have a mixture of experience and youth. And Chelsea, for the past couple of years, just didn't get that. They just didn't get that. Now Alonso's come in. He's a new manager. He's assessing the team during pre-season. It's clear that he sees Chelsea lacking in experience, particularly in midfield and up front as well. Let's break it down. Jordan Henderson is the perfect profile for this team, and I'll tell you why. This guy was at many years at Liverpool. He's in his mid-30s. He's won the big trophies, the FA Cups, the Premier Leagues, the Champions Leagues, the League Cups. He's played in big games in Europe, big games in the Premier League, big games across the world. This guy is a perfect profile for midfield to help bring in some experience, bring in some wisdom for the young players in midfield, particularly for Moses. In my opinion, Moses, although a great player, Moses does some stupid things on the pitch. Let's keep it real here. And you need someone that's more wiser, more mature to help train the younger players not to do that. Do this instead. Do that. Do this. And bringing in Jordan Henderson, who has played battles. Again, it's all about battles, because if you're playing against Man United, against Liverpool, against Arsenal, these are battles that eventually play a part in who will win the Premier League or who will win the cups. And Henderson has been through these battles. He's been through a lot throughout his career in the Premier League and in England. So him coming in to midfield to train these young midfielders and the whole team as well, not to give experience and to help mentor these young players, is exactly what we need. And in my opinion, this was clearly an Alonso move. And it appears that Chelsea have given Alonso some degree of power to help mold the squad. Because at the end of the day, it is the coaches that are in the battlefield. They know the players inside out. They know the teams, and they can tell the leaders and the owners, this is what we need to actually win games, to actually get better throughout the season. Then we have Danny Welbeck coming in as well in the near future. With Danny Welbeck, you have a guy that has played for Man United, won the Premier League. Yes, that may surprise you. Danny Welbeck is actually a Premier League winner with Man United back in, I think, 2009 or 08, around that time. So he's won the big trophies. He's played many years in England. He's actually a great striker too. He's strong. He's tall. He has that striker's instinct. In his mid-30s, he has that experience. And that's what Chelsea need for that up front strike force right now. Experience, someone that has scored in the biggest game, someone that's played in the biggest game, someone that has that experience to score big goals and to lead the front line. Chelsea have been missing that over the past several years. And yes, Chelsea have had some degree of success over the last several years. In my opinion, not enough. Again, Premier League still missing, Champions League still missing. Winning against big teams, kind of missing. Finishing 10th last year, if I'm not mistaken, missing out on Europe, not so good. So at this point in time, it's clear that the youth policy just isn't working. It just isn't working for Chelsea. You cannot rely on just all youth, from defense, to midfield, to the to strikers, to win you games all the time and get you through battles. And Chelsea are finally realizing that. Chelsea have finally noticed that. And once again, I don't believe this is a Todd realization or a Claire Lake Capital realization. This is clearly Alonso making it very clear to management, making it very clear to leadership and ownership. This is what we need to compete next year. And the Jordan Henderson profile is actually perfect. Yes, Jordan Henderson is not as good as he was when he was 25, 24, even 5 years ago. However, Jordan brings that experience. He brings that leadership, that wisdom. In fact, a very like important game in which Jordan Henderson can be very vital was a game where we saw against Liverpool and Barcelona. These kind of games are where you need an experienced person to come through and win those kind of games. If you remember, Liverpool lost 3-0 in the first leg, and then they won 4-0 in the second leg. And if you watch those games, if you watch that second leg of the Champions League game against Barcelona, notice Jordan Henderson's leadership. He must have been around, 28, 27 back then. But notice his leadership. I think he even scored a goal as well. Notice how he was screaming at the players, leading the players, being a leader, showing some wisdom. That kind of experience is what you need to win the biggest games. Someone that's been through that kind of battle, someone that's been through that sweat and blood. And in fact, Henderson's time at Liverpool has been all about battles, in my opinion, particularly the battles against Man City. Remember those two clubs fighting against each other for the Premier League? Well, Henderson's been through a lot of battles against Man City and other teams as well to compete against Man City to win the biggest trophies. You need that experience. Now that Chelsea are not in Europe this coming year, they can focus on actually getting stronger domestically. Okay, can we push for a Premier League title? Can we push for an FA Cup? Can we get back into Europe? That should be Chelsea's main objective. And with Alonso coming in with his wisdom, with his tactics, we've seen what Alonso can do at Bayer Leverkusen. We've seen it. He has talent. He has a system, a style of play, mostly the 3-4-3 formation. In fact, Chelsea have played a 3-4-3 formation in the past to great success under Conte. Can he bring that kind of play back, three at the back, forward midfield, three up front? Can we see that kind of Chelsea back? We're looking forward to seeing how Chelsea play next season, especially with Welbeck and Henderson coming in, two experienced players who Chelsea absolutely need. They need that. Yes, the youth is the future. Yes, young people are the future. But at the same time, experience counts. It's like a corporate job. Do you expect 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds to be the CEO or to be directors? No, you don't. A director or manager at a big corporate company is someone that will be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, someone that's experienced, that's spent their 20s grinding, working hard, taking some notes down. Now they're managers, directors, because they have the experience. The same thing applies to football as well. You need experience to have a functioning squad, a functioning team, someone that can bring some calm, someone that can bring some wisdom. And Xabi Alonso gets it. Xabi Alonso, if things go all right for Chelsea and things go in a very linear, clear progression, Chelsea may be the team to watch this coming year. Chelsea may be the team to watch this coming year, especially if Xabi Alonso can successfully implement his ideas, his philosophy, his style of play to the Premier League, Chelsea may be one to watch this coming year. Do not underestimate Alonso. Yes, it didn't go too well for him at Real Madrid. I think other factors were at play. I really don't believe that Florentino Perez fully backed Alonso. But this time around, Chelsea are fully backing Xabi Alonso. We can see the fact that they're actually going for mid-phase player, something that they never have done or they tried to actively avoid in the past several years since they bought the club from Abramovich. Shows that, okay, Chelsea are in the right direction over here. So I'm sure this match day. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.